Alright, you guys, what's going on? This is going to be a quick video of what are the levels that I use to actually get into the market, to know the trend of the market, and actually tell me what's going to happen, what level it could go to, So in this case, I use a lot of the 4 hour, which is my main time frame. The 4 hour is one of the main ones that I use. The weekly, I use it here and there, not as much, maybe probably when the week ends. But for me, the 4 hour is one of the best ones where I see structure. So in this case, which is I'm gonna show you what I mean by structure. Okay, so the market is made out of support and resistance. So you have the support here and resistance there. Right, support and resistance. Let me change the colors. So this will be your resistance and your support. Right, so you want to be able to. This will be your resistance on top because we haven't seen this. So you want to be able to find levels where the market reacts and it tends to drop as much as you can. Right, the more touches, the better. What I mean by touches is basically the more touches that you get around here, which you will get positioned there, whereas one touch, two touch, that will be a level that you want to react to, right? So the market is going to be more active when there's more touches in there. So in this case, the market has support and resistance, okay, which is the green is support, the red is resistance. And every time you break, it'll try to go to the next one. Just know the market, that's what it's made out of. As long as it keeps breaking out and down, it's super easy. But of course, you have to know how to use price, how to follow through, and be patient altogether. I have a video talking about how to use resistance and support. I'll put the link right down in the description. But this is what the market is made out of, and this is what I'm looking for on the 4 hour. So if I delete all this and I go back in time, which I'm going to try to go to the middle and then go to the smaller time frame to show you how all this works. Okay, so now just by looking at this naked eye, you're able to see that there's a high right around there. Okay, so there's a high here. Put a level just by not even zooming in, just putting a level there, right? You see the high. You start noticing that it drops from there. Obviously, when you're trading the market, you don't see this until it actually happens, right? So as of now, this is what we see. And then what else are you watching when it goes below on the 4 hour? Right? On the 4 hour, if we zoom out a little bit, we start seeing that when the candles that I want to see to chart also is these major moves right here, where there's explosive power coming in. This is a big candle, right? So you see the push up, obviously the momentum continued. So where did the momentum start? The momentum started right there. So if I put a level right around that candle, that's where the momentum started, which obviously could happen. Come back down and touch, which in the end it did do that. And then you see how it just drops, comes back again. You start noticing how those levels are reacting, right? So now this is just all on the 4 hour. So of course, obviously, there's the biggest question is, what about here, right? That created another high and it stopped, came back down. This one's another one, right? It came back down. You could put levels also there. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. But the thing is that you're noticing that we have a bullish momentum, meaning that we're always going up, right? We're always going up, creating higher lows, going up and up and up. So how do I do this? How do I put my levels there to kind of tell me if it's still gonna hold? Exactly what I had mentioned earlier, the move, right? The power move, the move that it was actually telling you that there was a lot of momentum coming in. So what I do here is put another level right there on the 4 hour, knowing this is where momentum started. As long as we hold here, you'll be able to get a position to take it back up to this 346 area 94, 346.94. Okay, so this is where a lot of traders get mistaken out of, like, oh, I need to wait so long for it to bounce here. And no, you don't. You don't have to wait too long. Um, just looking at wherever the previous high was, which was this one, you could actually put another level. But since we're actually watching the future, look, if I go back, this is what I see, right? Oh, there's a big power move right around there, right? We need this to hold to go higher and higher. Let me move this back. Bad. to go higher, break this high, and creating another high. So in this case, you would enter off of a bounce, put your stop loss below, then you get the whole move again. So like I was mentioning, the 4 hour are the ones that gives you those support and resistance. So now, what do I do here on these 4 hours? What I start doing is just a little bit above of the 4 hour. If you do this, probably like by two, like a candle or less than a candle, like $3 or $4 apart, you'll be able to put your demand or support. When I start seeing wicks like this, where buyers start stepping up, I do the same thing. So in this case, you see buyers right here. You notice that sellers were around there. And obviously you guys can notice if I zoom in a little bit closer, you notice that this is in the middle of nowhere. So if I fix this, put it back where it was touching the last high, I'm able to do this. Put another level right on above the wicks. So now this should look a little more easier. And again, there's a video that I have. I'm putting the link down in the description of the video of this video. And if not, just look for it. It's under my channel. Look for support and resistance. But this is exactly what I'm looking for. So these levels are the ones that are actually going to show you where the market moves crazy. So if I go forward again, you start noticing I'm gonna move this to the right side. How simple it starts getting off the 4 hour. So always keep in mind, if you want to trade and find the good setups, just wait for the 4 hour levels. And obviously you see this one right here, right? So we do this, put this one red. I'm gonna probably put it around the top and the wick, right? Just like this. And then we have this one. So we don't know as of now because this is the future levels. And a little trick that I actually show you here is how I'm able to get those levels, these levels up high here. There's a trick to this where if you do measure the previous power level, which is this one, right? This candle that came in, the pressure. If you do measure this, you're able to get the levels for the next side. You see that? From here, and then you put it back up here. It's like an estimate of where it could go. And watch this off 4 hours. You're gonna keep going forward just to see how those react. So now, of course, you're gonna be wondering, am I gonna wait for all these closures? No, the 4 hour is the main levels that you want to put. Okay, let me just get this straight out there that don't try to wait for the 4 hour candle. Just have these 4 hours, and then at the end, you could zoom into the smaller time frame, whatever time frame you like that you use to trade, up to the 1 hour or 15 minute, and you start noticing here what's happening, how it holds, how it bounces, how it starts selling off. You know how it breaks out of this, goes to the next one. So you have a higher hold than what you would do if you have a smaller level. So in this case, if I move this to the left and you start seeing, okay, we're having buyers stepping up, you can have a position up to here, right? Target up there, your stop loss below the level. Give it a hold that position. Same thing at the end. This one broke out. You see, continued. There's your whole profit. Now, what happened here is that this didn't become support, right? So, like I said, there's a video that I have. If this should have became support, it would have held and bounced off, correct? So, if this would have done this, bounce off of here and take it, then it'll go even higher, back to this one. But what happened here, it was showing you that sellers were trying to come in. You can see a bunch of wicks coming in after 1 hour. Then at the end, it drops back down. So you have a whole position again, like this, right above that level. Fix it there. You hit your target. And the same thing here, look, it starts bouncing off. At the end, it holds, bounces off, goes up, and you have more of a position to get in. And also for you to notice what's going on, this, I probably would have waited the next day to see what happens because we're at the middle of a support. So then the next day, obviously, you start seeing that, okay, we held it. So on this case right here, you will notice that it'll be nice to hold, right? And have your stop loss below. And you'll make money again. You start making money. You notice how this reacts every time. Buyers are holding. And one thing that I do want to mention that if you do use this 4 hour levels, you have to be really patient. Really patient where it's going to, how many contracts you get in. If you go in really heavy, then obviously you won't be able to hold all the way to the bottom. And that's the thing that I always get questioned too, like, oh, how do you enter here and then be able to hold? So if you guys don't know how to do that, you have to kind of learn how to use the multi-time frame, you know, go to the 1 hour, see what's going on to the 1 hour, go to the 15, and then follow through from there. And which is for me, what I could tell you guys, so you guys could kind of start trading as of now with these 4 hour levels, is if you trade on the 15 minute and just be patient. 15 minute or 1 hour, just be patient on these trades and just do your moves, like wait for levels, wait for candles. In this case, like I was mentioning, if you turn on your EMA indicators, if you want, this is a cloud that I use, but you start noticing how trend is still following through the 9 EMA. This is the 9 EMA there. I'm gonna take this off. Wrong one. Give me a second. This is my 9 and 21 EMA. You notice how it holds. It's back up. Same thing when it rejects. See that? Be able to follow through with this. At the same time, the reason why I'm saying how I don't use EMAs as much is because if you do get following through here, how the 9 crosses below the 21, you'll be bearish, but we're still bullish because we're holding off of this level. So that's basically the 4 hour, and I could start charting a little bit more right now. And let me see. Let me go to the 4 hour real quick. So again, let me go back. This is where we're at. And watch this. If we start playing forward and I get all these levels to see where we're going to head to, like how I was showing you earlier, the little trick, I'm going to get it from the top to the bottom, put it here. And then that will be my, I guess, my target, my future target. And also here, I'll separate here to kind of show me the half of it, half of the range. And probably one more right there. I think that should be enough. So let's just go forward. Keep everything simple. See that? You guys can see how those levels react. Obviously, this one came back down. So now, where do we see all this coming in? This is a previous low, right? If we go back, there's another one, right? The same high that I mentioned. One there, and then there's the other one here. You just follow through the whole rest of the time. Every time you do your 4 hours, you do this. That's basically it. Like this is the time frame that I use. I use the 4 hour. I think it's really good. I think it's really helpful too, and it's one of the main ones. So I'm obviously back here in 2022. So let me take off this replay mode. Let's see where we're at. At the end, look, ended up breaking out. It did come back to this section. See that? And those were our future levels. Same thing what I was mentioning. You find the wick, right? You find this wick off of this level. Put your resistance. As long as it holds the previous, because you find the wicks here, your support, you're okay. See? Obviously, you get these fake outs here, but that's part of the market. There's nothing wrong with this, but just to tell you, don't try to move your 4 hour levels like that the whole time. Just keep them where you see them, follow through like this, and then just follow. Follow through the whole candle range. Look at this high there. You find this high here. This is the previous high. Breaks out. And look, keep following on the 4 hour. Previous high here again. Breaks out. This one here. Came back to bounce. Another one there. The last one here. And there you go. These are how you do your 4 hour levels. Obviously, there's more, another one right there, but I'm not going to be charting the whole thing. I'm trying to keep this video as fast as I can. But yeah, hopefully you guys learn something, and just don't get too crazy. Look, just follow through what you're saying. 4 hour levels, 4 hour levels. Just keep them there. Look, you zoom in, 5 minute time frame. They're seeing how those react. And the way you get more profits is the same thing like I was mentioning. After position here, below the level, that's your stop loss. Same thing when it goes down. Below the level, your target. And these moves, so you guys can know, these aren't small moves. These are 4 hours. So when you go to the smaller time frame, if I zoom in, look at how everything looks. You'll be able to hold up to like what, like $40 moves, $60 moves here on Nvidia. Same thing here. You get big moves there. On options, you make a lot of money here. All right, you guys, take care. Thanks for watching.